I'm Amy Kelly for TooeleTV, and tonight we have the opportunity of interviewing a local talent who has aspirations for the electric dance music scene. This is Christian Reidling, otherwise known as Critical Power. Tell me how you got your name.
It's a long story. One of the reasons how I got my name is my father worked for a company. He managed a company out in Washington, and the company's name was Critical Power.
So what kind of music has inspired you? What other artists in this venue have been kind of a guiding light for you so far?
Okay, so one of my favorite artists and one that really inspired me the most, he's a well-known DJ around the world, and was Will Sparks. And not a lot of people know about him just because he's from Melbourne, but he is known very well in the EDM business, and he creates this type of music. It's called Melbourne Bounce, and it originated in Melbourne, and that's where I kind of got my love of music because it's very uplifting and inspiring.
What would you say your style, if you had to describe it? What's your style?
Well, I have a very deep passion for bounce music, and basically it's just kind of this, that you take a bass, take the middle of a kick, and you put a bass in the middle of it, and it creates kind of a bounce feeling to it, and it makes you want to get up and start dancing, and that's what really inspired me. And I'm starting to like a lot of harder electro music, like really hard, and I'm trying to mix that in. And you always have to find your sound in this type of industry, or you'll never make it. You just can't be like everybody else. So by finding your sound and finding your niche, it kicks in, and then you start to see different things take off. Like I started creating my own songs. A track that I created was Pre-Bane back this year, beginning around this year, and that just took off on social media, and that's how I got recognized and stuff.
What kind of, vision do you have for the Valley here as far as getting a following and the genre that you've got? I mean, who are you looking for? Mainly, what type of age group?
I'm looking for the younger people. The younger people definitely, because a lot of the older people definitely have, at least in their 20s, 30s, already know about EDM and they're already into it. People that I talk with all the time. Younger generation are more interested in Taylor Swift and stuff like that, and I get sick of it. I get sick of hearing that name. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have people break free from that Taylor Swift stuff. I call it crap, but Taylor Swift crap, and I wanted them to experience a new type of music that changes it. So like tonight, I'll be playing a bunch of remixes after some songs, like after some favorites of mine, and I'll be switching it up so that way they can get used to having that kind of EDM switch on things. EDM's already in mainstream, but not as strong, and people don't notice it as much. So when I play this, the remixes that I'm doing tonight, people will be like, yeah, that's kind of cool, that's kind of different. So that's why I'm trying to do this, not for me, but for other people, so that way they can break free of this vision that they have, like Taylor Swift's the best, or Nicki Minaj and stuff like this. We need to stop that.
Oh, you're saying there's a lot more out there than what they're aware of, and so you're trying to broaden the perspective? Okay.
Like people like Calvin Harris and artists like that, like Hardwell and stuff, they're very well known even in mainstream because they do a lot of mainstream music. So they're starting to kind of go towards that type of way in the house music. I don't want that. I want more people to stay original and underground. So
how much time do you usually spend in the studio creating your music?
I spend, this last week, just because I've been preparing for the show, I spent more time than usual, but on a regular basis, I usually spend about 5 hours to 6 hours a day at least in the studio, at least.
So you're honing your craft.
Because at least I have to get that short amount of time to be able to create those tracks or to research music. Yeah.
So where do you see your career going from here? What would you like to see in the future?
I always say dream big, but I would say that I can see it going far just because I want to separate myself from the others, and I want to make my own type of music that is going to just push it away, because that is how we've gotten this far. That is how we've been able to create this type of music, is because someone had the idea to create that type of music.
So you think originally. Okay, great.
Definitely.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing some of your music and obviously seeing more of you around Tooele. Well, fabulous. It's been good getting to talk to you and seeing what you're bringing, a new vibe and a new spin on electric dance music. Thanks for watching TooeleTV. I'm Amy Kelly.